Captain C.A. Richardson here from Flatsclass YouTube, and today I want to share with you a few tips or signatures that you need to look for to find fish on a flat. So what do I mean by signatures or activity? There's a flow chart that every guide thinks about when he approaches a flat, and you're looking for certain signatures or activity, if you will, that will clue you in on whether it's going to be productive. And this is where a lot of weekend anglers have a tough time discerning whether they should be fishing this flat and how long they should be fishing this flat before they determine whether fish are there or not. The number one thing you're looking for is bird activity, whether it be wading birds, brown pelicans, terns, seagulls, cormorants, ospreys. They all are important to tell you whether or not there's bait fish there. Then the bait fish activity itself is very important, and it's easy to determine. Are you seeing active mullet? Are you seeing mullet muds? Are you seeing glass minnows, pilchard schools, ballyhoo skipping across the surface? The other thing that you might look for, are there other species on the flat other than sea trout, snook, and redfish that you haven't determined whether they're there or not? Are you seeing bonnethead sharks? Are you seeing stingrays? Are you seeing the other types of fish like sheep's head? Are ladyfish there? These are all signatures that bait fish or crabs or something is on that flat. Then there's the other signatures that you might be looking for, like wakes, pushes, boils, strikes themselves, dust-offs or muds from fish. And then you want to find out, is there tidal movement? Are you noticing, is the grass heeled over to one side or the other, which would depict good strong current on that flat? Is there unique structure features on that flat? And that could be anything from potholes, numerous potholes, changes in two different types of grasses. Are there oyster bars? Is there a high spot or a crown in the flat? All these are unique features that are magnets for game fish. And if I were to say two other things that you would probably take into account before you start fishing, is I like to fish flats on big moons, the new moon or the full moon, when you have lots of energy moving back and forth. That's going to be the greatest amount of tidal movement. And two, I like to fish the days that have partly cloudy conditions, where I have in and out sun, and breezy conditions. And I'm not talking 20 or 25 knot winds, I'm talking 10 to 15. All those factors enhance your ability to catch fish in shallow water. Those perfect Chamber of Commerce days will do you no favors. Now let me show you my iPad and show you a few of the things that we just talked about, so that you will have a visual to remind yourself, or maybe even you save this snapshot and you use it the next time you're on the water. You're looking for that bird activity, the wading birds, pelicans, ospreys, and cormorants. The bait fish activity, mullet, pilchards, glass minnows, or seeing flashing pinfish in the grass. Other species to take into accord, stingrays. Are you seeing southern stingrays? Are you seeing bonnethead sharks? Sheep's head. Are ladyfish striking bait on the surface? And then the actual signatures themselves of possible game fish, like the wakes and the boils, the strikes, the muds or dust-offs that they make themselves, so that you're confident that fish are there. Tidal movement and unique structure. You're always wanting to fish that middle third of the tide. We've talked about this in another YouTube video, and if you want to go watch that one, that'll help you out. You want to fish that middle third of the tide when you have a lot of water moving. And then the unique structure within the flat, the potholes, the oyster bars, the crown of the flat, the breaks in the bars. And we're going to do another tip later on, especially on that. And these two asterisks right here, focus on the big moons, the new moon and the full moon, when you have big tidal moves, and you're going to have lots of energy on the flats. Those are better than the quarter moon tides. And then lastly, I prefer partly cloudy and breezy conditions most of the time to be successful. Those perfect days, like I said before, they can be a real challenge. So I hope this little tip on signs of life, activity that you're looking for to be successful on the flats, helps you on your next trip to your favorite flat. Hey, this is Captain C.A. Richardson from Flatsclass YouTube, signing off.